Perfect. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Carlton College of Sport online information session. Really appreciate you jumping online to join us this afternoon. We're going to jump straight into it. We're going to play a quick video for you to get us started.
Today is fan engagement.
I'm with fan engagement with Chloe.
Place one game day is everyone's just in the best mood. Like everyone's really hyped about the game. Everyone's a bit high spirits, going to win.
Loving it. The 100 placement hours. So I get the experience of being at the G today and every other week. Really, it's been awesome.
Just being behind the scenes, helping out with getting the community and fans kind of involved in some activities on the ground.
Setting up the bobbleheads, we're helping fans around.
Yeah, taking part in just seeing some players or being part of the bobbleheads, which you just did.
I think just the experience, like getting to walk on the G right now, it's unreal. Don't know how many people are here, but I'm loving it.
Hope that got you all a little bit excited about what's to come today in our presentation, meeting a few of our students on game day placement there. So firstly, the Carlton College of Sport acknowledge that this event and our participants are located on the lands of many traditional custodians in Australia. We pay our respects to their elders past, present and emerging, and extend this respect to any Indigenous participants who are joining us today. A few quick introductions. My name's Eliza. I'm the Marketing and Student Recruitment Coordinator for the Carlton College of Sport. I'm the one who's been sending you all the lovely texts, emails and phone calls over the past few weeks. I'm joined by Chris Clay here today, who is the manager of the Carlton College of Sport and is knowledgeable about everything to do with this program. So I'm going to chuck it over to Chris to chat a bit about why Carlton College exists and our academic programs.
Thanks, Liz. Great to see so many of you on the call today, and no pressure after that intro, Liz. But I thought I'd kick off today just by trying to answer a simple question for you, which I'm sure many of you have joined the call today to think about why Carlton College of Sport, simply over the many other options that you might have when thinking about studying sport next year. So we aim to answer that question basic for you in two parts. The first part is about our purpose, which is simply that we exist to give students a head start on in their career in sport. That's why the team and I show up to work every day, and simply to ensure that our students in the program have the best possible opportunity to get on a path towards their dream job in sport, whatever that might be. And the second part, what underpins that purpose, is the process that we apply to enable those outcomes. And that process is really simple. It's simply about combining high quality tertiary education with real sports experience. And that's what we'll talk today to you about today across the next 15 or so minutes. I'll start with academics. We might jump to the next slide, Liz. We offer two 12-month diplomas at the Carlton College of Sport. The first is a Diploma of Sport Coaching Development, and the second is a Diploma of Elite Sport Business. The first thing I'll say about both courses is they're classified as higher education programs, meaning they're bona fide first-year university academics. So perhaps unlike a TAFE diploma, which many of you might have heard of, which just gets you into a bachelor program, our diplomas, undertaking either of our diplomas, guarantees you've completed the first year of a bachelor degree. Meaning that if you decide to go on and continue studying, you'll be doing so straight from second year. And that's an option about 50% of our graduating students take. So really high quality tertiary academics. In terms of the topics of study, our sport coaching and development students study subjects like coaching principles, foundations of exercise programming, and sports science for coaching. And it's really about being in the thick of things on the field. So we say to interested students, if you see yourself being on the field, being around the athletes, then this program is probably the one for you. In our Diploma of Elite Sport Business, our students study subjects like media and communications, sport management and marketing. So really gaining all the foundational skills required for entry-level roles in sports administration. For this reason, we think if you see yourself one day maybe in the boardroom running the big business that is sport, then the Elite Sport Business Diploma might be the one for you. And of course, what's most unique about our programs is that we couple these really high quality tertiary academics, all delivered by La Trobe University and La Trobe University staff. It's worthwhile saying that all our students are La Trobe University students, but by studying at the Carlton College of Sport, you're combining those academics with real world learning. And that's what I'll talk about next. And that's our placement program, which is the first of our extracurricular options for students looking to study at Carlton. And this is where we allow students the opportunity, give students the opportunity to gain 100 hours of work-based sports experience through the Carlton Football Club and some of our placement partners. Now, if you're keen to work in sport, getting practical experience on your CV is just absolutely critical. I think if you ask most employers what they want to see on top of relevant tertiary academic study, it's experience. And at the Carlton College of Sport, through our placement programs, we're giving students an incredible opportunity to build a breadth of experience so that when they come to see you in their first job interview, whenever that might be, they've got some tangible real world experiences they can call on to refer to, which goes a long way to getting that first opportunity. Not only does our placement program allow you to help build your CV in that way, it also starts introducing you to more and more people who are already working in sport, thereby starting to build our students' networks, which is so often how people in the sports industry get their first chance. We've had numerous examples of students who have impressed people that they're doing experience with, say at the AFL, and as a result of that, have been offered paid work. So if you jump to the next slide, Liz, I can probably show a few of those typical placements and how sort of experiences can sometimes turn into opportunities. So you can see on the left there, you've got a bunch of our students completing an operations placement at an AFLW game. Students in the top right, they're completing a events placement at a Carlton President's function at the MCG. That looks like our President's function at the G. And the bottom right is a couple of students completing a fan engagement placement on the MCG on a game day. So just a sample of some of the opportunities that our students have from a placement point of view. There are many others, but just a few that allow our students to get behind the curtain of what it's like to work in sport. To give you a bit of an idea, students typically complete one placement a week, and we're flexible with those placements to allow students to make sure they can manage their timetables around their academic study and also whatever they've got going on outside, social lives, their own sport, etc. So it's not onerous, but it's certainly a great opportunity for students who participate. I think now we're going to talk about our next extracurricular opportunity, which is our football development program, and we'll kick that off with a bit of a video.
So I'm Maddie Press-Parkes. I'm one of the assistant coaches in the program. I overlook both the male and female program, but obviously I have a lot more to do with the female athletes in our program as well.
Well, I was already doing the academic part of it, and then when I saw the football development, I really just love footy and love learning, and I thought that this elite environment would really help me develop my skills.
It was quite appealing to me. Obviously the facilities here and all the other boys who are here as well are still sort of like one tight-knit group, always out on the track and just, doing all the footy stuff, which we all love. I really think my kicking's gotten heaps better. Obviously with all this, like the specified drills and stuff we do here on a Tuesday morning. And I think contested work as well has really gone to a next level.
I decided to join the football development program to better myself in my football career, definitely work on my skills and completely change my game to become a better player.
I've always said that footy's fun and we play footy because it is fun and there's a lot more to it than just playing the game. And I think if anything, just give it a go.
Awesome. Thanks, Liz. So a really unique program. It's our footy development program, one of a kind, the only one in tertiary education in Victoria, where aspiring footballers can combine academic study with a fully fledged football development program, whereby they complete a day or a day and a half a week of football development activities. And we've really set this program up to essentially mirror what a typical 1 to 4 year AFL or AFLW athlete would complete around their typical training. So that includes things like strength and conditioning work, individual coaching, craft and skill development, as well as recovery and medical support. And you probably got a bit of a flavour of that from watching that short video. Now, the program is designed to be complementary to your club-based training. So you still train and play with your respective teams, but you get all the extras that an elite athlete normally would through your participation in our development program. From a learning perspective, our football development students don't complete the placement hours that we were talking about earlier, but equally they learn by doing, getting to see firsthand how an elite level development program is run, how strength and conditioning is conducted with elite level athletes. So our football development students are really building their experience in elite sport while concurrently improving their game. A really unique opportunity to do that. Liz, if you jump to the next slide, I can talk a bit about who the program is for, and it's really for players of any level or ability, but it's geared towards those who want to take their game to the next level. So that might be a NAB League player who's desperate to play VFL footy or a higher level again, or it might be an under-19s player looking to make the transition from underage football to senior football. And we've just got a couple of examples on the slide there that you can see. The first on the left-hand side of the screen is Izzy, one of our female athletes. Izzy played a lot of NAB League footy this year, as well as some VFLW footy. Unfortunately, she didn't get drafted, but has subsequently been asked to train with Carlton's AFLW side across the pre-season, which is a really exciting opportunity for Izzy, and it allows her to keep chasing her AFL dream through some of the networks and relationships she was able to develop through our program. On the bottom right-hand side, you see a guy by the name of Angus. Angus joined our program playing under-19 amateur footy, and through the fast-track development work he was able to participate in through the program, was scouted by the Sandringham Dragons mid-season, and finished the season having played some NAB League footy. He was also nominated for a VAFA Rising Star Award. So another recent example of how time in our program has helped a player step up and find themselves playing footy at the next level. So really exciting opportunities. And of course, all of these football development students are studying their academics as well. So not just putting the eggs in the one basket footy, but building that career portfolio outside as well. So that's footy dev, and that's placement lies. And I'll throw it back to you to have a bit of a chat about program outcomes.
Absolutely. So I know when I was studying at uni, or when I was choosing my courses that I wanted to study, I just wanted to know where it was going to get me. What was I going to be doing once I'd finished my studies? So of our 2020 graduates, we surveyed all of them, and it came back to us that 57% of our students continued into further study. So Chris did touch on this a little bit before, but essentially any student studying either of our diplomas can go straight into the second year of a bachelor's degree. So a lot of our students did end up going directly into the second year of a Bachelor of Sport Coaching and Development or a Bachelor of Business. A lot of our students also decided to take the 8 units of credit towards other bachelor's degrees as well. So bachelors such as the Bachelor of Sport Coaching, Sport and Exercise Science, Bachelor of Sport Management, Bachelor of Education, majoring in physical health. There are really unlimited options as to where you can go, and it really depends on what end career you want, but there are definitely pathways into other areas of study as well. 36% of our students found full-time work after completing the diploma, which was obviously a really fantastic result for our students last year. So roles that some of our students ended up in included team operations coordinator at Cricket Australia. We also had one of our students end up at AFL Victoria working as a game development officer. Chris mentioned that a few students, after making really good impressions on game days working with AFL Victoria with Auskick, ended up working both part-time and full-time with AFL Victoria, which was a fantastic result. We also offer 4 graduate roles at the Carlton Football Club every year. So these 4 roles that we offer are only available to Carlton College of Sport students. They aren't advertised publicly. These roles are specifically for students from the Carlton College of Sport. So previous roles have been within our media team, membership team, retail team, marketing and digital media teams, as well as with the Carlton College of Sport and with some roles in the football program as well. So that's obviously a very exciting but also very competitive program. I always say to students who are looking to join us, it's essentially a year-long job interview. If you're keen to get a job at the end, you've got to make those good impressions on placement and just really put your best foot forward. I'll introduce you to one of our recent graduates, Izzy. So Izzy obviously graduated at the end of 2020. She studied the Diploma of Sport Coaching and Development. It was a bit of a different year for our 2020 students for very obvious reasons. I guess they only had about 3 or 4 weeks of classes in person and placements in person before they were moved online. But a lot of our students still did really get a fantastic experience and get a lot of networking, especially after restrictions eased at the back end of last year. They were able to complete a few more placements. So Izzy didn't get one of the 4 jobs on offer, one of the 4 graduate roles, but she did end up working and is still working as the VFLW operations coordinator for the Carlton Football Club. So working with the newly established VFLW side for the club. As she's also combining that work, so part-time work, with the Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Science at La Trobe Uni. So she's doing a little bit of best of both worlds, having that really great experience working at Carlton with the VFLW team, and also continuing her studies into her 2nd and 3rd year in a Bachelor of Sport and Exercise Science. I'll move now into the nitty-gritty program details. Not the most fun part, but definitely an important part of our program. So to be accepted into the Carlton College of Sport, you must have successfully completed year 12 and achieved a study score of 20 or above in English. La Trobe University run all of our admissions, and they do require that you achieve at least an ATAR of 40 or above. However, in most cases, if you achieve that study score of 20 in English, you will have achieved the ATAR of 40 or above. The course cost is $2,625 per subject, which is $21,000 for the year. There are no upfront costs associated, so all of the course fees are fully deferrable via fee help, similar to the HECS debt, which is used for bachelor undergraduate degrees. There's no upfront payment. You only start paying back the fees once you earn over $50,000 a year or thereabout. Applications for next year are now open, which is very exciting. We do have 100 places available per diploma, so make sure you get in as soon as possible. We also have between 50 and 60 places available in the football development program as well, so roughly 30 female and 30 male players in that program. Speaking of the football development program, you can apply directly for that through the Carlton College of Sport website. If you just head to the football development page, you'll see the link to apply there. You'll then also have to apply for your chosen academic diploma. So to apply for either of our diplomas, Year 12s can preference via VTAC, and that includes Year 12s who are doing VCE, unscored VCE or VCAL. You all have to apply through VTAC. If you're not in Year 12, if you've been out for a few years, you can apply directly through La Trobe University, and I'll send out all of these links to you, so you'll know where to find them. Otherwise, there is an apply page on the Carlton College of Sport website as well. Having said, that we have that study score of 20 or above in English as a requirement, there are alternative pathways for students doing VCAL or unscored VCE, or if you previously completed Year 12 and didn't achieve that study score, or if you completed VCAL previously, there are ways that we can get you into the program. What I'll need you to do is email the Carlton College of Sport email address and let us know that you're in that situation, and we can refer you to the bridging programs that we have. Beautiful. So to wrap things up, I know we've talked a lot about the nitty-gritty details of the diplomas, the academic side of things, placements, but really what we want to leave you with is the fact that a lot of our students, or all of our students, do genuinely have the best time studying with us. You don't get many bachelor's degrees or other tertiary education where you're seeing the same people every day, you're working in an elite environment, surrounded by people who work full-time all the time. And we do surveys of our students throughout the year, and when we ask them, how are you enjoying the course out of 10, it's a 9.5 or it's a 10 out of 10. So our students really do genuinely enjoy studying with us, and always recommend it to their friends and family, which is a fantastic outcome. And obviously they make lifelong friends as well, which is fantastic. Perfect. So we'll stop the recording there for those of you who are watching at a later date. If you do have any questions, feel free to send us an email to the Carlton College email address, which is on the screen there. You can also give us a call More than happy to have a chat at any time about any course details or how to apply. But yes, otherwise we'll take all the questions from people online. But thank you everyone for joining us.